Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Health for Life 2024. As you can see, I'm not June, but I was delegated to go over everything with you guys. Our first night is just going to be kind of a get to know you, get to know the program a little bit, and go over some what the program entails, things like that. So it's presented by Ashtabula ACMC, and we're an affiliate of Cleveland Clinic. It's a 12-week county-wide wellness program, and basically what we are hoping to accomplish is that to teach you healthy habits that you can carry on, for the rest of your life and be a healthier you. I guess I should introduce myself. I apologize. My name is Chris Pavlik. I'm actually the wellness nurse for ACMC. So I work with Premier Fitness in doing their wellness program for the employees and for you guys. So lucky you. All right. So the program requirements are: the program is offered to everyone 14 years of age and older. If anybody is 14 to 18, they must be accompanied by an adult and sign the waiver and liability waiver by the parent or the guardian. And I don't think at this point any of you are 14 to 18, so I think we're okay with that one. And the cost is a $25 non-refundable fee. This program is supported by the community. So we are supported by, of course, Premier Fitness, the YMCA, Spire Institute, and some of the prizes have been offered from some of these other sponsors, the Healthy Ashtabula County, Jefferson, the Historic and Progressive. Which one is that?
Jefferson Recreations.
Yes. And then the Conneaut Arts Center. So there's some really cool things that they have offered, to give us to help this program. So everybody, if you didn't get one, there's a brochure. You should have gotten one when you signed up. So basically what this brochure does is it explains everything. It outlines the program and includes a schedule of events. So these are some of the things that it entails. Everybody gets a t-shirt for participating. There's cash and prize drawings. There's bi-weekly educational meetings. You also get weekly emails. You get the perks are you get some area health and wellness facility passes. Spire was one of them, Premier, the YMCA. And we've already got it going, so let's keep moving on. So this is what it includes. I mentioned Premier Fitness. You get 6 free passes, and if you're not already a member of Premier, you may join Premier for $25 per month on a month-to-month basis through March. So that's a good deal. The Ashtabula County YMCA also gives 3 free passes. And then they also will give you a 50% off joiner fee for Health for Life participants during the program. Jefferson Community Center also gave us 3 free day passes. And then that's per person, of course. And then Spire, you get a free assessment and introduction to the Spire gym with the personal trainer. I've not been there, so I don't know. All right, if you have not already done, everybody should have gotten a release of liability form when you signed up, or that you got it tonight. This needs to be signed. This is where we will also record your initial weight and your payment. Basically, it's just a release of, releasing ACMC, the sponsors that are participating with the program, of liability, and that you're doing this of your own free will. So if you didn't get one of these, just let us know, and we will make sure that you get one, okay? The blue one is actually your instruction sheet. It goes over all of your rules, and I'm just going to touch on some things, and hopefully everybody got one. If you didn't, we've got more copies over there to the side. So basically it says, welcome, and on behalf of Ashtabula County Medical Center, thank you for considering your Health for Life program. It's designed to encourage healthy weight loss and to provide you with the tools for living a healthy lifestyle. There's a minimal fee of $25 to participate, and the program is limited to 150 people. So hopefully, as with everything in life, you get out of Health for Life what you put into it. So we will have some bi-weekly classes that are great sources of information and tips for living a healthy life. The program includes group support to help sustain your motivation. So some of the rules, entrants have to be age 14 and over. They have to sign a release waiving ACMC and the sponsors, the yoga house, any other sponsors and program staff administrators from liability. You do have to sign that you've seen your physician within the past year and are able to participate in the program. Entrants will commit to weigh-ins conducted at Premier Fitness or at ACMC Rehabilitation Services, which is right next door. Weigh-in results will be maintained private except for the purpose of announcing top prize recipients. We did go over, there's a $25 non-refundable entry fee. You, as entrants, must complete at least 3 weigh-ins throughout the 12-week program to be eligible for prize money. And I am trying to, let me see. Oh, I'll get down to the schedule. I'll go over that in a second. Any entrant data will be maintained as private and confidential, so we will not diverge any of your information. You want to talk amongst yourselves, that's your prerogative. So you also accept that your information might be used to generate a final program report. No names or other identifiers will be made available to the public. Entrants may be asked to represent the program through various media presentations. Participation in this is optional. Let's see. You may sign up at Premier Fitness in the Health and Wellness Plaza. Entrants will earn points based on attendance at the monthly educational meetings, weigh-ins, and weight loss. And entrants will be encouraged to become active throughout the course of the program. Okay, so the registration's already begun. This is our kickoff and introductory meeting, and our weigh-ins have already begun. So your starting weight will be recorded on your program grid and liability release form, which we will get into in just a minute. So the locations are Premier Fitness during normal business hours. Follow-up weigh-ins to be conducted every week or every other week according to participants' wishes at Premier Fitness or educational class sessions. So you can either stop in and get weighed, or you can wait till the every other week informational sessions that we have, the education sessions. The final weigh-in and grid completion will be conducted on or before March 31st, 2024. The final weigh-in must be done here at Premier Fitness. The program conclusion will be held on April 2nd at 6 p.m. Down in the Commons, which is here at the Health and Wellness Plaza, barring any windstorms and loss of electricity. So, I guess you're not coming and it's locked. Sorry about that. All right. There is an attached schedule on the back of the blue sheet. Like I said, there's extras over there if you didn't grab one or you misplaced yours. All classes will be again held down in the Commons in the Health and Wellness Plaza, and it says will be held regardless of the weather. So to go over the point system, and this is kind of how you get based on your prizes and things like that. So let me go on to the green grid. So you will earn points based on attendance at monthly educational meetings, weigh-ins, and weight loss. Your points will be tracked on your grid. That's why we're stressing really strongly, do not lose your grid. We have no way of finding what was on your grid. So if there's any chance that you think you might misplace it or lose it, take a picture of it with your phone. We will accept that too. Program staff will initial your grid and record your weight at each weigh-in. They will also initial your grid for educational meetings and the use of passes to participating fitness centers. So if you look at the bottom right-hand side of your green grid paper, that's the point system, the values per activity. So the educational classes are worth 25 points for each attendance that you go to. Your weigh-ins are 10 points each, and you at least have to have 3. That's not to say you can't weigh in more often if you don't, if you want to. 10 points for attending the participating locations. So for each place that you stop in at, you get 10 points for that. Our speaker tonight, Lori Gilhousen, she's also doing 2 classes that you could get 10 points each for those. And then there is equipment orientation here at Premier and 100% educational class attendance. That's 15 points for each of those. So there is a variety of educational classes. I know that June has worked really hard on getting speakers every other week. So those are going to be some informational, fun things to do. So the total points available, if you only do the bare minimum, is 480. But the potential to get more than that is in your hands. Okay? So the points will be tracked on your Health for Life point grid, and the program staff will initial your grid as you participate. Okay, so some of the prizes will be awarded for healthy weight loss. There'll be a male winner and a female winner. And the healthy weight loss is the most weight loss as a percentage of total weight and for overall participation. So there's only one prize will be awarded to any participant. So healthy weight loss is defined as 1 to 2 pounds per week. The individual weight loss may vary. So throughout the program, we will also have various raffle prizes, and some of it is just, fun things to sharing information with you, and then getting some feedback from you to make sure that you were paying attention. So there's cash prizes for healthy weight loss. There's 1 full year adult membership to Premier Fitness. There's a 1-month adult membership to the Ashtabula YMCA, 3 one-month passes to the Jefferson Community Center, a 6-month membership to Spire and Aquatics, plus 1 3-month, 3 days a week training program with a personal trainer, and a 1-year household membership to the Conneaut Arts Center. So, as a disclaimer, program administrators reserve the right to make final decisions in determining winners and handling disputes. Administrators reserve the right to dismiss participants from the program at any time for any reason, specifically if dismissals are due to conduct detrimental to the integrity of the program. So this includes, but is not limited to, non-natural attempts to manipulate weigh-ins and/or alteration of grid information. So on your grid, you will, did I skip a little bit? Oh, no, that's right. Okay, on your grid, on the front of it, you will see that there is goals. So what we'd like for you to do is please choose 3 goals that are attainable for you in these 12 weeks and write them on your grid. Okay. They have to be specific and reasonable. They, and one example would be, I want to lose 10 pounds. And then, then how are you going to do that? What's your action plan? So that middle column is your action plan. So again, be measurable and specific. I will lose 1 pound per week. I will weigh myself 2 times per week and track what I eat. I will walk at least 15 minutes per day at a steady pace. I will sleep 6 to 8 hours per night. So those are a few examples. And then did you achieve your goal? So at the end of the 12 week, that's, where we measure that. The weigh-ins, there are 3 weigh-ins required. Your initial weigh-in, which I think everybody should have gotten completed tonight. If you didn't, we will do that again and make sure it's recorded on your grid. At least 1 other weigh-in during the 12 weeks, and then the final weigh-in must be conducted on or before March 31st. So there's 10 points for each weigh-in. And the location for the weigh-ins is here at Premier Fitness during open hours. Am I missing anything? No? Okay. All right. So I had mentioned this already. There's prizes will be awarded for healthy weight loss and for overall participation. Again, you get out of it what you put into it. So only 1 prize will be awarded to any participant. Healthy weight loss is defined as 1 to 2 pounds per week. Although some of us may have more, some of us may not have as much. The cash prize will be awarded to the top male and female with the most percentage of weight lost as determined by regular weigh-ins. All right, and I think we already kind of went over all that, so I'm not going to. Participants that earn 250 points or more will be entered into a drawing for these and other prizes. So it's quite a nice prize list there. And all of this again is written on your paper, so you could, I know you're probably tired of hearing me talk, but it's all written down too, so if you forget something, it's there. All right, the final meeting, this is really, really important, is Tuesday, April 2nd here in the Commons, and it's at 6 o'clock. So you get the final presentation. Your grids have to be turned in prior to that. So we can determine, who the top male and female winners are. Other prizes will be raffled off, and all participants that have completed all the requirements and have accumulated at least 250 points will be eligible for the prize drawing. All participants that attend the final meeting will be entered into door prize drawings also. So it's really important to please provide your email addresses to receive weekly emails, including fitness and nutrition tips, healthy recipes, and more. We want to support you in this program. We want to support your weight loss. All right, now the fun part. We're going to have a couple quiz. Okay, just move up there. There we go. Couple questions for the quiz. So if somebody answers it, you get a prize. So question number 1, and you guys can just shout it out, whoever wants to, whoever's the loudest. How many points do you need to qualify for the grand prize drawing? I heard a male voice. Okay. And there's only 2 of you here, so. So pick something out of there. Put your glasses on there. There's a pen, there's a stress ball, there's a jar. Yep, okay, very good. All right. Correct. 250. All right. Question number 2. What do you need to bring to every event, such as That didn't take long. There's still a couple good things left. Jar opener. It's a little light. Okay. Correct. Good. All right. One more. Why not? Question number 3. What date do you need to turn in your completed grid?
Before the 31st.
Hand sanitizer.
It smells very badly.
Very good.
Thank you.
Your spouse only.
Okay. All right. Any questions so far? Our next speaker is going to be Lori Gilhousen. She's a certified diabetes care and education specialist at ACMC. And I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. How does your magic clicker work?
Just click on that
That's
side.
up.
That's forward.
That's good. Always good to know which
It's always
way is
good to go forward.
not backwards.
That's right.
Ooh, let's see if the spot works. I don't think I put anything that needed a spot in here. I tried to get brave on a couple of slides. The classes that I have, I don't know if anyone printed them, but the first one is
Lori.
next Tuesday. Oh, thank you. I
A
forgot
little
about
bit
that.
more.
Forgot about that.
Right there.
Right there. Thank you. And tell me if I walk out of it, because you know I'll walk out of it too. But I'm going to do it more as a support group this year, because every single one of you have been in my diabetes education class for years, and I'm grateful anytime you guys come back. But this year, it's still going to be a little bit of diabetes education. It's going to be a little bit more of that whole lifestyle support thing. So that's why I'm going to, you tell me, I haven't named it yet. I was thinking of calling it Hot Topics and Health and Wellness. And the first one, of course, that everybody wants to know in January is food. So eating styles, eating patterns, that's what I was going to do for the next class. I tried not to stick it on the same night you're already here, but if you need an evening time, unfortunately I picked Tuesday. If the group wants something different, we are mighty enough that we can change it. Maybe an hour. You guys know me, you're gonna have to make me stop, but at least an hour. It's easy when you get to food. 2 hours later, you'll be like, well, we're still talking. But one of the neat things about self-care is it involves a lot of different things to take care of you. And it's really nice that our little circle of self-care behaviors, they've redone them so that in the center of it all is healthy coping. Guess what? You're doing one step of that now just by taking the challenge of doing these health classes and trying, breaking out of your comfort zone to try something new. And that's really great, because another piece of healthy coping and taking care of you is making those connections and building new habits. And it's always better to do that with a group. And even if you don't talk to anybody in the group, you get used to the person in the sweater in the front row and you're like, they're there this week. Oh no, they're not there this week. Or if you go to a class, please go slow. Because some people are going to know the routine really, really well, and they can keep up with the instructor. Or if you do something online, if you can do one and they did 10, good for you, gold star. Because by the end of the month, you might be up to half and half. Actually, when we did the walking program, when this first started 15 some years ago, we used to do one. It took me almost a year to keep up with half the class instead of only about a third of it. So I was just going to run through some of these ideas with the coping, the taking, not necessarily taking medicine, but the healthy eating, being active, and these aspects of monitoring what's going on. Do I need to make a change? Do I have some risks and I want to reduce those risks? So healthy coping's first. We already talked about some coping skills for coming here, having a support person that's going to say, you can do this. We're just getting into cold and flu season. If you got a little cold, it's okay to say, let me do 1 minute instead of 5, okay? Our goal might be 10,000 steps, but if your top steps were only 5,000 yesterday and last week, don't go to 10 tomorrow, please. because I want you to make it all the way till April 2nd in one piece and keep going. But you're finding things that you need to help make it go for you. One of the things that they do a lot of is talk like mindfulness of like really enjoy that activity that you're doing. Find a way to enjoy it. Why? Why do you want to make those health changes? And I thought it was only like 3 whys, and then I was researching it, and then there were 5 whys, and then there were 7 whys. But the idea of it is, why do you want to do this? And why do you want to do whatever you answered there? And why is that important to you? And by 5 to 7 whys later, you get the one that you're going to write on the bathroom mirror. You're going to get the one that you write out a bunch of little notes and stick them in your bum, or your coat pocket, or on the refrigerator, so that that reminder is there to keep you on your goals or keep you to the task. Because if it's your why, you're going to keep up with it. If it's your doctor told you I have to be there, you might come once or twice. Healthy eating, that'll be the first class, the 19th at 6 here in this room. I'm not going to make you go try to find parking at the neighborhood. And Saturday morning, the 20th, I think is that next Saturday, that'll be my other class. Same thing, we'll talk about nutrition, I'll bring some food meal plan ideas. If you're coming, bring your favorite food with you and we'll dig into it. But you know, there's a lot of different styles of eating. There's a lot of different plans. Some of what you already do now is fine. And maybe we need to change something. So that's one of the big pieces there. Use your measuring cups. We'll find out about how to use those nutrition facts labels, or check out ingredient list if you've never looked at those before. There's a lot of good information here, a lot more in the ingredient list, and then break out those measuring cups. I dare you for something before you come to see me at the class on next week. And then you can share with the group what you found interesting or confusing. But a lot of times with eating too, it's finding a pattern. You know, our bodies will take it if it's like, oh shoot, I've skipped dinner. It's now 9 o'clock and I'm going to eat dinner. And oh, the other day I've got it every 4 hours with the gas station stop. Body will fix it, but it doesn't always like it. That's why when people go, I don't know why I have diabetes. I'm like, your body's waving the white flag saying, I surrender. I've been handling it the best I can all this time, and now it's saying I need help. And then activity. Stretchy bands is a great thing when it's 2 inches of ice out there and you're like, I'm not going out there to even shovel. If you shovel, please wear something over your mouth and give yourself breaks, because there's no point in shoveling the whole driveway at once, because we haven't shoveled since last year, really. Oh, well, we did have that one chance to shovel a few weeks ago, right? Shoes that fit good. You don't need special shoes. But shoes that aren't going to give you blisters, because if you're like on the treadmill and all of a sudden we give you a blister, you're not going to want to be walking on the treadmill. It won't work so well. Stretchy bands work. Some people do it in the chair. If your arthritis is saying, oh, no way, then it's okay to do it sitting in a chair. There's lots of wonderful variations for that. There's a lot of nice silver sneaker programs that you could just, they're standing, I'm going to do that sitting, and it'll work. Don't start with the 5-pound dumbbells unless you've been using 5-pounders. Start at the 1-pounders. In fact, sometimes if you try equipment, try it with no weight at all, because a piece of it is, am I sitting in the chair right? And let someone else spot you, because you could swear you're straight. I went to beginner yoga one time and I went, how is yoga? I don't remember what pose we were in. I was like, this is easy. Why is this easy? I wasn't standing up as straight as I thought I was, till someone said, you know, up there. And I'm like, now I see why this is exercise. So it helps to have somebody spot you till you get used to how things work, how the equipment works. Because once again, if you're reaching back, you're going to rip something. And we're all old enough that our bodies are going to say, why'd you do that? Taking meds if you take meds. Sometimes timing of your medicine, timing your blood pressure makes a difference. So if you're on medication, that will be peaking at the time that you're at your peak physical activity in your run, if you have a chance of going low or you forgot to eat your meal, take something with you that's a snack. Take something with you that's a quick sugar. You know, even if it ends up being a granola bar and a yogurt, have something with you. Because if you go for a walk on one of our wonderful Metro Park trails, there's no vending machine along the way. You gotta have something with you in case you need that little bit of help. Sometimes as your weight changes, your medicine can change too. So that's another thing to be aware of if as you get to see the results of your good hard work. You might be talking to your doc and saying, hey, I'm noticing this, that, and the other. And we'll dig into that too more later. The other monitoring stuff might just be journaling, okay? Or am I balanced? You know, if you're doing something with your left hand, do something with the right hand. You know, if you went up on one side, you got to go up on the other side. People, you know, sometimes when you're at work, you are just so tired of whatever job you did, and it might be a left to right thing. At home, go right to left so you get the other side working. Blood sugars change all day long. It's not a static number like our cholesterol or our blood counts. So some people might know when they might have a low or when they might go high. And even if you don't have diabetes, your blood sugar is doing the same thing. You know, you shoveled the driveway, you burnt the toast, and then you're late for work, and then you missed your lunch because there's some meeting, and then you're coming to Premier to do the nice class that's over there. What was it? Zumba. You might run out of gas in the middle of Zumba. Did we miss that? If you're interested, those lovely sensors that we have is how we know people with and without diabetes have these wonderful peaks and valleys all day long, and the one that's all over the place is not as great. The number might be great, but what your body's going through all day long isn't as great. Same way with this middle one. It's a little better, but we're not getting so low, but we're still all over the place. And this one, we're kind of even. But you know, there's a lot to that A1C because it's a big picture, not just the whole picture. It's the piece of the puzzle. And that's where problem solving comes from. You know, you're working out, you've changed your plate, and the weight's not going anywhere. It might mean that we've got to change up the meal plan again. It might mean that you're ready for the next tool out there in the toolbox. So it's knowing those things. If you're finding getting lightheaded, take a break. You know, another thing to know, does everyone know how to check their pulse? You know, if you were like wondering, now this is the nurse in me and not the physical trainer people in me. A lot of blood pressure medicine, if you're on any, will not let your heart rate get anywhere near the target heart rate. Okay, so just go, hey, I walked 5 minutes. I'm about done right now if you're done. Or let your heart settle back down if you find you're not breathing well. Because once again, we want to keep you in this game for the entire 12 weeks, you know. But that's one of those things that maybe we need to change or talk to your doctor about med changes when food choices change. And there's our reducing risks. And that's the whole point of all of your participation in this. So we're trying to reduce our risks for other long-term heart problems, diabetes problems, blood pressure problems. We want to shove those as far down the road as we can get them. So even if you've got some of those things now, we can get them in. It's called managing. We try not to say control because there's things that happen in your body that you can't control. You have no control over what hormone decides to do what, when, and where. And so it's managing as best as you possibly can and knowing that once in a while, life happens and it's okay. So own the treat. Put the smile. I tell my people, put the smiley on the log sheet and don't beat yourself up for it, because then you don't enjoy it, but get what you're looking for. Because the one fun thing with labels, if you're like, oh, I'm losing weight, I gotta go eat this diet thing, pick it up, get whatever it was that you really liked, and lay the two labels side by side, and look and see, what's the difference? Maybe it is worth a couple $1 difference, and maybe by the time you get through the ingredient list, it's not. So that's the scary thing, because the front of the label can say anything it wants to. The proof is in the back. And let's see, what else did I have? Oh, 4 times to connect with your CDCES or with your healthcare team. If you got a new diagnosis, have a good night. Find out all you can about whatever is going on with that issue. It gives you a foundation to understand what the health concern is, how that part of the body is working. What numbers are we looking for? You know, how many times do we tell you, go take your blood pressure, but we never tell you what numbers we want you to see, you know? And then sometimes you don't know that there's a problem unless you go back for your follow-up. You know, sometimes that's when the docs say, well, I'm going to go over your blood work when I see you. We're not going to worry about it because you've got an appointment in 2 weeks. You know, and now it's 6 months later and we're catching up on something that happened because we didn't keep the follow-ups. At least once a year, because your body changes over time. Our understanding of the best way to treat certain things changes over time. Your body changes over time too. So it gets us to stay on top of things and not let it get too far out. Changes in self-management. You know, life changes. Sometimes you end up having to layer another health concern on top. And that sometimes is tricky because you'll get the list of, I can't eat this for this, but I'm supposed to eat this for that, but not this. And we can make it work, believe me. There's lots of new updates. There's lots of new tools. I think in the last 10 years, we've had 6 new meds come out for diabetes and about 3 new treatment ideas. So there is a lot that changes. And that's just my diabetes world. I am sure heart has changed greatly as well. And then transitions in care. Oh, you fell or needed a knee replacement or a hip replacement. You might need short-term care to recover, to rehab. That's a good time to touch base and make sure that all of your health issues, all of your care management pieces are still the right thing for you and that everybody on the team knows it. Another one I run into quite a lot is your care provider changes. I mean, yes, granted, your doctor maybe changes, so now you're finding a new one, or they've moved to another city, even if it's local, and you're like, I don't want to drive there, I'm going to stay here. When you get a new provider, you've got that introduction that we're going to be partners in health, and it's another good time to review everything. You know, what school of thought are they coming from? At what school of thought do you want them to work with you with? And then your support team might change. You know, your wife was always the one taking care of everything for you. And now it's a niece or a cousin or a child that's not been there, and you've been doing it on your own just fine for a long time, and now you need help. And you do it automatically, and the family is like, they need some education. Come on down. And anytime I have people come, I say, bring your family, bring your crew with you, because it's much easier if you all hear it at the same time. And ask questions at the same time and keep each other honest. That's always sad though, sometimes. But I do diabetes care and education. Like I said, this year I thought I would do more of a support group hot topic idea. It's still going to kind of cover diabetes if that is what you're truly interested in as well. So don't worry about that. I won't short you out of that. But I'm happy to help you any way I can.